Hey, good morning. Welcome back to Rolling Hills Farm. Dave here. As you can see, it's looking just a little bit more like winter after 4 or 5 days of snow. I'm headed back to the shop to complete assembly of that manure spreader. But I wanted to mention we've hit sort of a milestone here on the farm with 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. It's something to thank all of you for. Those of you who subscribed, if you hadn't subscribed yet, please do, and please comment. I look forward to hearing what you think about what we're doing on the farm, and I try to answer every comment. So let's get into the shop here and get to work on that spreader. The paint has been drying. It's nice and dry here, shiny looking. It probably won't stay that way long. And we've got 2 projects left on this machine. Reinstall the floor and reattach the chain. Seems like a pretty straightforward job. Let's get to it. So to start with, we'll be screwing these special wood to metal screws in. It'll require drilling. And then using that impact driver to drive these through the wood. These are 30T flathead, specially built for securing wood to metal. We've got overlapping joints on these ash boards. Ash is a very hard wood that grows here in northeastern Minnesota. And we actually have an ash grove just west of the house. And we went out this winter and cut a couple of these trees. We cut a couple of ash trees and a couple of popple trees for various lumber projects and transported them back to neighbor Greg's house, where he's got a mill, a bandsaw mill. And we were able to cut the logs into flat boards that would be used for the project. We took the rough cut boards then and ran them through a planer to get them to exactly 3/4 of an inch. Then every board was run back through a table saw to cut a lap joint on each edge. All right, first step is to get this chain, which you see piled up here, run up into the track. So it's in place for once we get this floor on, because otherwise you're not going to be able to get at it. So I've recruited my friend and neighbor Greg as hired muscle to help get this chain in place. All right, keep those links out. All right, you see now we've got the chain kind of gathered up in front to go on those sprockets when we're ready, when we have the floor in. I'm not sure if this one will go down all the way. We'll find out. Just like that. Just one tight spot right here. Anything that's USB compatible.
We're still a little cockeyed. board go. Do you want me to put the screws in here, or?
If you can. All right, there's the wood floor in place. Now we're going to need to sand off that trailing edge a little bit for the chain to go that way. As the chain comes off this wood, it'll be lifting the chain off the sprocket just a touch. And the reason for that is this wood is 3/4 inch and it's replacing wood that was 5/8 originally, maybe a little more. So this wood's just a little heavier. So we'll just sand a little bit of a ramp right here so the chain can come right down and settle into that sprocket. So the worst part of this entire job, honestly, was removing 2 links from this chain. It required cutting and grinding and pounding because the adjustment links from the factory had long ago been removed. So this means the chain is stretched, well, and maybe weak, but a new chain's about $1,000. So we decided to cut these links out and hope this chain holds together. Okay. We're going to pull back.
Oh yeah.
Well,
that's
she's
not
still
what
2
you
inches, 3 inches away.
No, but I mean, you're cheap.
Okay, hold it back.
Okay, this one's.
All right, the chain's in place, not tightened yet. I've got a little bit of sag here. I would say that's just about the right amount of slack. It's riding pretty nicely on the sprockets. So now we need to run it and see how it moves. There, we've got a sealant now on these hardwood boards, these ash boards, and that should allow them to last just a little longer, make them a little more weatherproof. Big thanks to friend Greg for helping put this together and for milling the lumber that went into this project. And Don and I always appreciate his help. And thanks to you for watching. I hope this was at least inspirational. Maybe you learned a little bit about this Era spreader. They're pretty easy to work on and can be reconditioned to last for your farm for a long time, really for not a lot of money. We could have gone to the local lumber store and gotten pressure treated lumber and accomplished the same thing. So up next, well, it's really calving season. Our first calves should be dropping in the next couple weeks. You never know when they might be early. Thanks for watching. We'll be back then when those calves start coming. So this is what 15 inches of snow looks like the day after. So I've got to get this deck cleared off because it's going to start melting in a hurry.